Yeah, that's it for you, poop hole.
You looking for me?
Yeah, that's it for you, poop hole.
Kyle, he says, that's it for you, poop hole. To Steven Seagal. That's it for you, poop hole. It's incredible. Hello and welcome back to the 239th episode of Good Bad or Bad Bad, the show where we watch terrible movies and tell you should too. I'm your host, Mr. Brian Shilligo. Joining me, as always, the other host, Mr. Kyle Hinton. Kyle.
Hi.
Very subdued in your greeting today. We're messing this up by not jumping into the chaotic nonsense where people have no idea what's going on at the start of the review if we were going to be in character with this movie.
What? Again, we are going back to the well.
Yes, this is he's one of your favorites. We
Look, when in doubt, go with a Steven Seagal film because it's going to be the most nonsensical, maddening chaos you've ever seen.
You're not wrong. And this is weird. This is a weird movie, Kyle. Today we're talking about 2006's Mercenary for Justice.
You looking for me?
Yeah.
Because I guess he's a mercenary for justice, but not
so,
really. He also seemingly
he just seems like he's hired by the CIA to like destabilize.
Yeah, he does like government like overthrow and like that kind of thing.
I want those independent contractors believing they're liberating those people.
He like goes into
but it also feels like it's another movie.
Regime
change.
change.
Like this feels like 3 or 4 different movies all trying to be one film.
It's such a strange. The plot is so confusing, but also not confusing at the same time. Like it's pretty simple, and once you figure out what it's doing, you're like, okay. But the movie also has zero interest in like explaining who anybody is or why they're doing anything that they're doing.
Exactly.
And I think it's thinks that it's being like respecting your intelligence as an audience member, but in fact, what it's actually doing is just not giving you any relevant information that you need. But the movie is directed by Don E. Fauntleroy. What a name.
Yeah, no kidding.
He was in the camera department. He was the second unit camera op on Terminator 2.
Okay.
And he was the second unit AC on The Goonies. And he was a cinematographer on Jeepers Creepers.
Has he done any other directing, or was this the only?
He's done a few other random direction, but this is like, I don't know if this is the main thing he's done, but he had a few other directing credits, but he primarily was in the camera department.
I would not have been shocked if he worked on like a Michael Bay film or something like that.
He did not.
Because at the beginning action scene
where
we get shaky cam, close-ups, and you have no clue what's going on. Yeah, that felt like a Michael Bay film.
It did kind of a little bit. Yeah, I was getting moments of it felt inspired by like Black Hawk Down, because it comes out, a few years after, so like it felt to me a little bit like that. Also, he shot a couple episodes of Cobra Kai, the new Netflix series. He was so he's still working as a cinematographer. Yeah, not primarily a director. But the movie this is classic Seagal slop. We open up on a clearly inserted after the fact opening monologue conversation between these two characters that is the movie's desperate attempt to just
have a framing device of some sort.
Of like who these characters are, because you can tell they didn't at all set up who these characters were in the movie. So they add this thing at the beginning where we're introduced to Dresham, who works for the CIA, who is like it says like CIA Dirty Works guy or something like that.
The guy who was like goes, hey, destabilize this area.
Yeah, and he's talking to Chappell, who is maybe my favorite actor in this movie, who is an American guy doing an indistinguishable accent.
I think it would be nice if you understood that I'm a pushover, but I am not an idiot.
Yes.
I think he might be going for like a South African, like Afrikaans like accent, but it's this weird mixture of British, Australia. I couldn't tell what he was doing.
This guy looks like he belongs in like, I don't know, Suits or something like that. He's got that like that very tan business suit, clean cut look.
But he also has like, doesn't he have a little soul patch or something like that? He has some. I swear he has some. Of
course, he needs something to be like evil.
To me, the way he dresses and the way he looks, and even the way he talks, he reminds me of like a minor villain in an episode of Doctor Who from like the early like David Tennant run, where there would be like somebody in the government who was kind of an asshole, like that. This guy would play that character, except he's American, so I don't know. But he's talking to the CIA guy, and they're discussing this team that they hired to go do this mission.
Yes.
And you're like, okay, and they kind of introduce who each of these people are because they need the best and whatever. Two of them are these two South African guys that I can't remember his name for the life of me.
No idea.
Krieger maybe or something.
I think that sounds good.
Something
but
like that.
Yeah, these are the loose cannons.
Kruger maybe. Yeah.
I think these are the loose cannon guys, the ones who are just agents of chaos.
Yes, and that's what makes it so confusing in the beginning when this all pops off. So we're introduced to them briefly. Michael Kenneth Williams is in this.
Omar from The Wire.
Yes, a bunch of other stuff, but yeah, Omar from The Wire probably most famously. He's in this one in a small part. But yeah, he lists all of the team members, and he's like, they're the best. Like they're the best at doing a fucking regime change or whatever. Like that's who we hired to go do this mission. And you're like, okay, sure, whatever.
I want those independent contractors believing they're liberating those people.
Then we cut to somewhere in South Africa.
Yes,
I think
it's like,
or no, it's an island off of South Africa.
I think was a French
colony or something like that. Yes,
they have French government there.
Yes, exactly.
The main thing.
And there's like a whole bunch of Civil War stuff going on that looks fairly convincing. Like this footage they got.
This is why I thought it was a separate movie.
Yeah, it does almost feel like a different movie that they edited into this, because it's like this very kind of realistic war depiction of like a civil war in an African country, and you're like, wow, this kind of looks intense for like what you expect this movie to be. But then we're introduced to all of our characters, and it's like the two African guys, and I love from moment one, as soon as they pull up, our mercenaries pull up in their Jeep, the girl mercenary takes all of her clothes off and strips down to a tank top. She's been in the movie for 3 seconds, Kyle.
Brian, we know what we're here for.
Yes, but this is part of their plan, is that and again, the movie does it felt like we jumped into a third act, and I was like, what is happening? They have a plan to go kidnap
the
French ambassador.
Yes.
Yeah, and you're like, why are they doing this? Like, what is going on here?
Okay.
They're going, but also Steven Seagal is not among them. You're like, but we've heard earlier in the intro that Steven Seagal was like leading this group or something.
Also, it feels like the idea of them breaking into the French ambassador's home is supposed to be secretive or whatever. Yeah. Right? That's why they bring in the attractive girl.
Yeah, because she's like that's why she walks up and flirts briefly and then beats up the guards and kills them.
Yeah, she just kills them and then leaves their corpses on the front lawn
of the French embassy.
Yes. And then they bring in a heavily two heavily armored guys with a bunch of stuff. With military stuff right through the front gate. It's like, what are you? What was the point?
Subterfuge part. You could have just murdered them, because then they go inside and just start murdering all of the French soldiers that work in the embassy. And you're like, okay, so that's where I was like immediately, I'm like, who are these people? Who are they working for? What is their goal? Because they kidnapped the French ambassador and his entire family. And then, because I had the same note. She beats up the French guards outside the embassy and murders them. Like, what is going on? And there's so many incredible movie neck snaps in this where people just like barely touch their head and they're like, and snap their neck and die. But they kidnap the French diplomat and his family. I have no idea why they're doing this. Then we cut, but they get the family and they start leaving. Then we cut back to like the active war zone area.
Yes.
And we're introduced to this reporter who's like covering the whole thing. And then a second reporter walks up and starts arguing with that reporter.
Yeah, so this is Christina Lord, I think her name is, right?
Max, I thought was, the actor. Yeah, sure, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I think her character's name is Max. Talking about the dark-haired woman. Yeah.
Especially when you consider with whom they shall be working. Maxine Barnon.
I'm pretty sure her name is Max.
Okay, but she's like, I need to go report on the rebels.
Like a colonel, the French colonel lands.
Yeah,
gets off a UN helicopter.
He's like leading this offensive.
Yeah, or whatever.
And it's like, yeah, you're fine. You can go.
Yeah,
he
just tells her, he's like, go for it. Just go. Ow, I just broke my finger.
With your permission, I'd like to cross the line and talk to the mercenaries.
He's like, just go. Yeah, you can go talk to the mercenaries or whatever. And she's like, okay, cool. And then she runs over there. And the whole time, all of this, there's chaos. I'm like, who is shooting what? We don't know who any of these people are. And maybe like, it's like that's almost could be interesting of like dropping you into the confusion of an active war zone and not knowing. Like that actually could be a kind of interesting creative choice. But I don't think it's an intentional choice. I think it's just an accident of not actually fleshing out the script and like what is actually going on here. So we get random shots of all these people just shooting at each other, tanks driving through walls, and then surprise, there's Steven Seagal. The least fanfare introduction of Steven Seagal in a movie I've ever seen. Yes. It just cuts to him like hiding behind cover.
And just like every other movie that we've done recently with Steven Seagal, anytime his face is not on screen,
yes,
it's a stunt double.
Yes.
Also,
and every line is 80 yards.
Every line is 80 yards.
Mumbled
basically.
by him in a soundstage.
Not even him. No, by him. Bullshit. They found some guy like down in Office 207 or whatever to come in and voice him.
Could be.
Because he doesn't sound a damn thing like he does.
You hang on, son. I'm going to get you on that chopper.
But we're introduced to him, and the reporter lady runs up, and they know each other. And it is revealed later that they're working together. She's undercover. She's pretending to be a reporter. She's actually like a spy, basically, who's like getting them information. But she explains,
didn't you say there would be no counter support? Can we expect any help from your end with our extraction?
She's like, did you hear about that they kidnapped the French ambassador? And he's like, yeah, that wasn't my plan. And so the other mercenaries that were part of their group went rogue and kidnapped the French ambassador.
For what reason?
I think ultimately the reason is for collateral, so that when the French government shows up, the argument is like
bargaining chip or something?
They can't just kill us as mercenaries.
Well, I have good news for you, Brian.
Well, so you have this great bargaining chip, right? That you're holding hostage in order so that the French government can't just kill you.
And they're talking to the head, the
French colonel guy.
Yeah.
Colonel, what the fuck are you doing? Repeat, everyone stand down.
It's the colonel guy saying, everybody back down.
He's telling his people, stop shooting them, but they're not.
But they don't. And we get this chef's kiss, beautiful moment.
What?
God, I wish I could set this to Enya. Of the family of the French ambassador getting blown up and torn to pieces.
They're in the back of a truck. He says, hey guys, jump out of the truck. The other guys jump out. He blows it up. And yes, the French ambassador's family's body parts go flying everywhere. And I'm like, what was the point of that? Why did you kidnap the French ambassador and his family in order to hold them as collateral, only to immediately kill them and get rid of any... Now they're obviously gonna kill you. What?
Yes.
But they don't. They don't kill.
It's incredible.
It doesn't make any fucking sense, Kyle. It's so incoherent. It's so ridiculous.
I ought to fucking kill you right now, boy.
I don't think so.
Yeah, maybe not right now.
Oh my God.
And then we get like the MacGuffin, not MacGuffin like as the reason for Steven Seagal to be doing stuff. One of his good buddies takes a fatal shot.
Yes. He's just standing there and he's like in the most obvious like foreshadowed death. He's like, no, we got to get out of here. And he's just like standing out in the open. Yeah, gets blasted and dies. And Seagal, a very emotional reaction to his buddy being shot and killed. He's so sad.
Oh no, Jones. Shit.
Hang on, Jones. You hear me?
Chandra.
Hang on, man.
I also have to talk right before that. We have this moment where Seagal seemingly calls Dresham on the phone. Dresham answers it, then conference calls Chapel, and we're hearing Chapel and Dresham talk about their secret backwards plot that they have going on.
Shall I make the check out to the CIA or to you? It's your call on this one, Dresham.
While also hearing Steven Seagal's talking like he's on the call with it. I could not figure out if we're supposed to be... If it's supposed to be like a walkie-talkie.
I have good news for you. The sanity you have right now, Brian, is the most you're going to have. Because there are moments later on that get even worse.
Really? Because I thought this... Well, I mean, it doesn't get better necessarily, but I thought the opening of this was maybe the most confusing this movie got. It does, yeah. But so he he's talking to them, and they're like, but whatever. His partner dies. His buddy dies. Radio Jones is his name.
Radio Jones.
Which is great.
Get to the chopper. So they gotta get to the chopper.
They run to the chopper after the other mercs mow down a bunch of people in the warehouse we all talked about, and then, as we said, blow up the French diplomat.
Yeah.
Again, I had no idea. I was like, this might be more confusing than Dark Feathers, Kyle, because I have no idea what anybody's goals are at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So, they get to the helicopter. Omar is like confronts the annoying South African guys and is like, "You guys suck," and he threatens them. He pulls the grenade out and pulls the pin out.
What's the plan here? You gonna kill everybody?
Well, and then they're like, he's like, "Get on the helicopter." They get on the helicopter, and then he gets on the helicopter, and I was like, "You guys, you got to show him throwing that grenade now, right? Because he's just holding a live grenade."
He hasn't flipped the lever on.
No, he hasn't. But everything I've ever heard is that it is incredibly unsafe. Not that you can't put the pin back in, but that is incredibly unsafe, and you shouldn't. You should just throw the fucking grenade at that point. But he just holds on to it. I guess he put the pin back in because he never gets rid of that grenade. We didn't see what happened to it. But they fly off, and hooray, they get away or whatever. Cut to...
Oh, so they have a back and forth in the helicopter.
Oh,
that is on just the most delicious soundstage on the planet. It's so hilariously bad.
Like the ADR.
It's like green. Everything's like green screen.
The
ADR is everything. It's clearly is like, oh, cool, you shot this on a set.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Maxine, she played through. She always does.
But then we cut to Miami-Dade, County, Florida. And this is Radio Jones's family, his wife and son. And this is such a weird moment, Kyle. I don't understand what's going on here. Seagal pulls up and is like going in to say hi to him. Omar, which is what I'm going to call him. I don't know his name. Sam, I think, in the movie, maybe.
I think
something like that. Samuel, maybe. Him and the reporter woman are watching from across the street. And she says, "Take him." Before Seagal goes in.
Take him. Meet me back at base.
Take him.
But then nothing happened.
Which makes you be like, are they on some sort of operation right now?
Then I was confused. Are they working with... Because eventually then Dresham's guys show up and accost Seagal afterwards.
Basically, they're going to tie up loose ends. The loose ends being the mercenaries they hired.
Yeah, but that wasn't related to Omar, because initially I was like, okay, well, maybe like the idea is that Omar or Sam and the reporter lady, maybe the idea is that they're all mercenaries, and so they're all working... No, like, even though they were just working with Seagal, now they're working against Seagal or something like that. But no, that's not the case, because later he's working with them again, and it seems like they're friends or whatever. So I don't know what that scene where they said take him, I don't know what that was in relation to. I don't think it was in relation to anything, because Seagal just walks inside and talks to the family. Yes. He doesn't take anybody. He doesn't do... I don't understand... Okay.
Again, this film is bonkers confusing.
I think they shot a movie completely all like maybe it might even be two different movies or something like cut together, because it makes like no fucking sense. Anyway, so he talks to the family and then he leaves. And he kills the two CIA guys who were in the car, and then he talks to Dresham, and he's like, "I'm coming in to get you. You wanted a one-on-one, you got it," or some whatever bullshit he says.
I'm coming in to get you. You wanted a one-on-one.
John, listen.
But then he gets immediately captured by more mercenaries, like the South African guys.
The two guys that were sent, like he took them out.
Yes.
So he's on the phone with Dresham. Says your two guys are dead.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes, Kyle. This is insane. I had the same note. I assumed this is what you're talking about.
Then the very next scene,
we cut to
he's talking with Chapel, right?
No, Dresham's talking to like his aide or something
like that.
She like walks in
and she informs him that his two agents are dead.
Yes.
Seagal just told you that.
Yes, literally. She goes, "Our two men staking the Jones house have been found dead."
Our two men staking the Jones house, they've been found dead.
God damn this.
And he's like, literally in the last scene, Seagal was like, "I just killed your two guys." And he's like, "Oh, how dare you?"
You know what happened.
I think, again, it has to be that there's a bunch of like insane pickup shots and trying to piece the script together after. Like they shot the movie, it made literally no sense.
Why would you literally put in the same information twice on the editing side of it?
It doesn't make any sense, dude. It's so stupid. And that's I wrote. I was like, didn't Seagal just tell him that on the phone in the last scene? Kyle, I might be stupid. I don't understand what's going on here.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
Then, then he has a conversation. I don't remember where this happens, but he has a conversation with the reporter spy lady, and she gets mad at him and says that his heart has never been sold out on a job, and implies that she's like in love with him and like he's spurned her or something like that.
I've killed for money. I've lied, but my heart never got sold out with the contract.
Okay.
It's like, what is this? I literally have no idea what any single character's motivation in this movie is, other than like Seagal trying to protect that family.
Yes, that's the only
motivation
thing
that I remotely understand is at all. Is like he wants to protect his partner's family.
All the other stuff they bring in as at least even objectives in this film are quickly subverted by themselves.
Yes, and you're like, wait, what's going on? I don't get it at all. So then we are introduced to the main plot, which is we're introduced to this billionaire arms dealer guy, and I can't remember his name, but his son is in prison in South Africa, in Rinfeld prison or something like that, and he wants Seagal
to break him out.
Or he's talking to Chapel. He hires Chapel to hire somebody to break his son out of prison, basically.
This is our assignment from Mr. Amit Dassan, a billionaire extraordinaire.
And according to Chapel, that prison is one of the most secure prisons in the world. And then we see it later and it looks like it's like falling apart. And I'm like, I don't know how secure that like crumbling
might be the most secure prison in South Africa.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know how secure it is in the world, considering it's literally like falling apart. Seagal doesn't want to help. But so they kidnap, and he ends up on a plane with like a private jet. He's like going to talk, and he ends up on a private jet with Chapel and with like all the other mercenaries. And he doesn't want to do the job, but they kidnap Jones's wife and son and say they'll threaten to kill him unless Seagal helps them with this breakout or whatever. And the conversation him and Chapel have on the airplane is so insane. They're both so bad in this. Like Chapel, as we mentioned, his accent is insane, but also his delivery of every line is so just dripping with like he thinks he's the biggest villain in the world.
He's trying to ham it up with zero ability to do so.
I don't think that anyone really appreciates all that you do for them, especially your country.
Yes, and he's just like, I'm going to kill her son and blah. And it's just like, it's so bad. Anyway, so Seagal's like, all right, I guess I'll help. Meanwhile, Dresham shows up at the airport and just stumbles into Max, the reporter lady, like as she's leaving the airport. Just a hell of a coincidence.
Okay.
He's just like, oh, look, there she is. Grabs her to get information from her. Meanwhile, back on the plane, he agrees to help, but then he talks to Omar like secretly on the little stairwell in the airplane and basically talks to him and is like, hey, fuck these guys. We'll come up with a plan that will get them killed. Is like what he insinuates.
So one of my favorite things about Michael Kenneth Williams in this film is that, I'm not sure if you saw the because we watched this on Amazon.
Yeah.
They have a little trivia note.
I didn't see any of those, but
the trivia note says this. Michael Kenneth Williams says he became pretty close with Steven Seagal over the filming of this movie.
Really?
But they had a falling out because Steven Seagal incessantly talked about Jason Statham all the time.
That's such a weird thing to have a falling out over. Like, what was he talking about?
I have no idea.
How he hates Jason Statham?
It's just a note that's in. It's just a trivia note that's in Amazon. Why is that a trivia note in the Amazon thing?
I just love the idea that Michael Kenneth Williams was like, "Hey man, can you stop talking about Jason Statham? I'm just really tired of hearing about Jason Statham." Like, because you don't even like. I'm wondering, like, because you could go either way.
Were they like Seagal was like for roles or something?
Yeah, Seagal like hated him and was like jealous of him or something, or that Seagal like really like was like kind of thought he was super cool or something. I could see either way. I don't know, but either way, I could find Michael Kenneth Williams.
It's just like of all the random ass notes that you could have in trivia. Why is this in here?
It's so good. It's amazing.
Shit. Got your ass.
Anyway, so they agree to secretly kill the South African mercenary guys or whatever. So then we cut to, they just arrive, they're in South Africa, they get off the plane, they roll up to some church, and there's just guns galore in crates outside, and they're like, this is where they're plotting their little plan. And we get them all sitting around this table in this big empty church or whatever, and Seagal just slurs and mumbles his way through their heist plan. Yeah. It's one of the lowest energy heists. Like,
was this like most like his like highest opioid point? Probably?
It's gotta be, because he is slurring through like every line. It's not that bad, but there's a couple lines noticeable where you're like, Seagal.
Our intel says that Desan Jr. is being kept at the most secure facility in Randville.
But he outlines their plan of like how they're gonna break this guy out of the prison. That involves when the guards do some change, the security system's down for 6 minutes or something. It doesn't really matter because this plot becomes irrelevant.
Yes,
like eventually.
Again, parts of these movies that are brought up and then subverted by themselves.
Yes, you're like, okay. Then Dresham takes Max, and she tells him, like, he's like, hey, what is Seagal up to? Seagal's name in this is Seeger, by the way.
Yes.
He's like, what is Seagal up to? And she's like, well, he is gonna rob this bank vault.
Mr. Malik, we have reason to believe there's going to be an attempt to break into the Black Vault.
And you're like, what
bank vault?
Yeah. Where did this come from? Completely out of nowhere. There's just this bank vault, and he goes, oh, okay. So then they go there, and she's like scoping it out, taking photos, and you're like, is this part of the plan? Did she just come up with this? Like, what is going on here? So then they do that, and then and I was like, okay, so I guess that was just a distraction. Like I thought, like I guess, but she is taking photos, like she's gonna do something with it. You're like, what is going on here? Whatever. So then,
but she also feeds Dresham information like you said, this is why they're after.
Yeah.
So the whole thing is subterfuge on subterfuge.
Yes. No, 100%. Yeah. And then, yeah. So then Seagal meets up with her later. He gets taken. I love that he has that little scene where he's taken by like one of the mercenary guys is like the driver, and he's like, so you want to be stoic in case you need to kill someone. You have that statuesque stoic look on your face. It's like, Seagal, what are you talking saying, about, man?
You know, you got that statuesque kind of, stoic look on your face.
It's great. But he takes him to this private, like this restaurant that they have closed down and like covered in Christmas lights for some reason. But him and Max are going to have dinner at this thing, which is like, I guess why? They don't even have we don't know anything about them or their relationship. It's implied maybe they had something romantic. I don't understand why any of this is happening. But he then gets a phone call from, or he calls Chapel, one of the two. Either he calls Chapel or he gets a phone call from Chapel. And he wants proof of life from him. And this was cracked me the fuck up. He wants proof of life that the kid, I can't remember his name, is still alive.
Periodically, I'm going to call you and ask for proof of life. You're going to give it to me right away?
And he goes, put the kid on the phone. And he puts the kid on the phone. And he goes, are you okay? And he goes, yeah.
Eddie?
Yeah.
Is that you, son?
Yes.
And he goes, so like blah, blah, blah. And he goes, yeah. He just literally this little kid mumbles the word yeah in the way that sounds almost exactly like an adult pretending to be a child. He doesn't say a single thing that is like, obviously only this kid would know or only this kid would be able to say. He just goes, yeah. And it's like, that could be a guy. That could be somebody. Anyways, that just cracked me the fuck up. But he's like, all right, I guess that's proof. Yeah, he's alive.
Narp. Good.
Then Seagal goes to take a dump in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And he gets attacked by a murderer.
And they get into another, it's a fight. And of course, people get thrown into urinals.
You are missing the greatest line in the history of this movie. With a guy, he's like looking for him in the bathroom stalls. Seagal is standing on one of the toilets. He opens the door. The guy is holding the gun on him. Just has him at gunpoint. Seagal has nothing. Seagal just walks towards him. And the guy says to him, Kyle, yeah, that's it for you, poop hole.
You looking for me?
Yeah, that's it for you, poop hole.
Kyle, he says, that's it for you, poop hole. to Steven Seagal. That's it for you, poop hole. It's incredible.
Yeah, that's it for you, poop hole.
That's it for you, poop hole. Why? Why would that be the thing he said? Well, that's it for you, poop hole.
But they get into a glorious bathroom fight where Steven Seagal throws him into sinks and toilets, bathroom stalls, just
breaking everything. Trying to do their best opening fight from Casino Royale recreation. He ends up killing that guy, breaks his neck or whatever or something, and then he goes and dances with Max, and that's the end of that scene. And you're like, okay, sure, whatever. Then, time for the prison break. Cut to the prison. Our mercenaries roll in, just murder every prison guard, just mowing them down with machine guns, just killing everybody in the prison. And then they start opening all the cells, I guess, to like start a riot to like help cover their whatever, I guess. I don't know. To me, it looks like it made their job more difficult having all these, because he starts like fighting through the prisoners. Yeah. Before it was like you were just walking through, mowing down any of the, like whatever, sure. Then they get inside and they get to the cell and it's empty. That's supposed to have the kid in it. And you're like, okay, what? And then it is revealed Omar, Sam, whatever his name is, on the radio calls them and says,
"Hey, yo, Kruger, remember you said you'd rather die than integrate? Yeah, but now's your chance.
Remember when you said you'd rather die than integrate? Now's your chance." Talking about how, because these guys are like racist, and they've been racist the whole movie, like occasionally saying like racist stuff, and they're like, they support the apartheid in South Africa or something. I assume that's what all the background is. It's not really explored in the movie very much, but I assume that's what's going on here. So he says that to them, and then the idea, so this goes back to the thing earlier where I guess Seagal and Sam agreed to create this plan to get these guys killed.
Yes. So
they just get attacked by all of the guards in the prison.
Not just that. These guys who are supposed to be like professional military ops
the best
guys.
of the best military guys.
So let's go ahead and go into a area where we are completely surrounded.
It's like the indoor activities area or something,
where you are surrounded by bars that people can shoot through.
2 levels.
You have zero defense,
no cover whatsoever. They just stand there and get mowed down. But luckily, the 2 main characters that we actually know don't get shot. They're fine.
The people with names get out.
They escape. So everybody else gets mowed down. They go out and they start leaving. And there are some pretty good, like, fun explosions and stunts and car stunts in this. Like when they go out, they steal this armored personnel carrier thing, and they're driving it, and there's like cars flipping out of the way and shit.
As you said, these are fantastic kind of actiony explosions and whatnot. What does it all give service to?
Well,
absolutely fucking nothing.
Yeah, because they just drive and they're like, we made it out, and then a guy shows up with a rocket launcher and shoots them. Boom. And they die. I assume we don't really see their car explode, so we assume they die. And then they're never in the movie again. Like obviously they're not in the movie because they're dead. And that whole plot line, I don't even know what resolves with the. Later, they're like, "What? Where's my son at?" And they're like, "Oh, he's in prison."
There's no word as to whether Dasan.
So where the fuck is my son?
And you're like, "What was any of this?" I don't. So I guess
it was literally just to kill those 2 guys.
I guess what it was that Seagal took the plot or took this job and made it all look like it was going to plan, so that he was buying time so that he could try to rescue the family or whatever. So they made this plan look like it was going to plan, but then like secretly subverted it and got all of the other mercenaries that they hated killed. And then meanwhile, I guess they intentionally
Stop trying to make sense of this.
I have no fucking idea, man. It's so dumb. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's it for you, poop hole.
So they get
we need to go to the other part of the movie where we're talking about a heist that existed for a fraction of a second.
The heist comes out of nowhere. So there's this one, I got to talk briefly about this one scene where Seagal ends up in the back seat of Dresham's car and is like holding Dresham at gunpoint, and he's like talking to him. He's like, whatever. It doesn't matter what they're talking about. But I love that the guy like signals
Morse code or whatever. He's like SOS.
Yeah, with the headlights and a cop walking by, and the cop walks up, and as the cop walks up to the car, Seagal like,
"It's your lucky day.
It must be your lucky day. Popo just came up in here.
Yeah.
And he just teleports out of the vehicle.
He dives out of the thing and gets around the corner and gets into like a van and like drives away. But I love Dresham, like after he like turns around, he tries to see him. He's like, where's he at? Where's he at? And he's gone. And the guy goes,
man's a fucking ghost.
Man's a fucking ghost. And I was like,
Some
yes.
would say a glimmer man.
True. I was like, oh yeah. Chubby, wheezing, old ass Steven Seagal is a ghost. Yeah. Like you can imagine that scene in reality, how it plays out is he tries to get out of the seat and it's just Seagal like, hold on. Don't look. Like, and just like crawling around.
Ghost.
Yeah. Keto. And he's like, roll. Right. He's like doing like barrel rolls around the corner. It's great. They get to the Max. That's what happens. Max then sends Dresham to Renfield prison. She's like, hey, by the way,
Credit Natal is just a diversion for the real target. Renfield.
They're breaking this guy out of the prison. That's actually what they're doing. And so she initially uses the prison or the bank vault as a distraction from the prison.
To take all the police away from the prison.
Then she uses the prison
to take everybody away from the bank vault.
Yes.
It's a diversion. They hid in Renfield prison.
And so they all leave, and then they break into the vault. They also call the Greek army chief of staff and wire him a bunch of money to expose him. I don't understand what's going on. It doesn't make any sense. They roll into the bank. Seagal just murders all of the bank security. Like, fuck those guys just doing a normal job. Like, you know what I mean? They're not like evil people.
Well, it's like,
they're literally like bank security.
It's like in the Matrix where they go through the main lobby of the Matrix and it's just like, these are security guys for the most part.
But to be fair, at least in the Matrix, they're like agents or what. It's
sure.
There's layers to it that make it more. In this, it's literally just bank security guys. And then Seagal's like, I fucking kill you, fucking hate you. And it's like, okay.
And then of course, in this bank, there is no actual cash. It's just a closed circuit computer system.
Yes. Yeah, I guess. So they get inside and they plug into the computer or whatever. Dresham shows up and they transfer like some money around or whatever. Dresham shows up and he's able to like beat up Dresham and knock him out and then leaves a receipt showing that they transferred like $30 million into Dresham's account.
Yes.
Which is then gets him arrested for like embezzlement or something. Whatever. I don't know. He gets arrested for some sort of financial crimes.
You, Mr. Dresham, are under arrest.
A little brief detail that is in one scene right after that. As they're leaving, they all like get in. They pick up Omar Samuel like on the side of the street. He hops in the van with them. Did you see his little hacker laptop? Because he's like the hacker guy. It's a hacker laptop with like a full joystick mounted to the side of it. I'm like, what is the joystick
I thought it was like
for?
one of those early, like those late 90s, early 2000s with the red dot in the middle kind of.
Oh, no. He has a full, like there's like on the side, it's just a regular laptop, but there's this like whole thing mounted to the side that is a full like joystick from like a Windows Flight Simulator. And you're like, why do you need that for hacking? What is going on? Anyway, so they pick him up and they start leaving. And meanwhile, they take Chapel has them take the kid and the wife to like a safe house. Yes. They had been keeping them in this lighthouse that they wanted to do a big set piece at.
Okay.
But they leave the lighthouse, take the family to this other safe house where they're going to kill them or whatever. Then they go to the lighthouse because they somehow figure out that's where they were keeping them. They get to the lighthouse. There's a shootout there. Bulldog gets shot. Not Bulldog. Who the fuck's Bulldog, Kyle? Just a guy.
It's the guy is like, you some stoic guy.
Yeah, that guy.
That guy.
It's that guy. Apparently his name's Bulldog. He has a name and they're very sad when he gets shot in the shoulder. And you're like, sure, whatever. But he gets shot. It's like, this is the first time I've heard his name. They kill everybody, though. There's a pretty fun falling off a lighthouse.
Yeah, this guy gets
pretty good.
Shot once. He's falling off a lighthouse. He's holding onto the railing. And the guy's like, nope, not today.
Shoots him again. He falls onto a car. It's a pretty fun stunt. I was like, it looks pretty good. But then they realize one of the guys they shoot tells them, like, oh, they're at the safe house, wherever. So they leave the lighthouse, go to the safe house, which is just some estate in the countryside or whatever. They get there. Pretty fun knife fight. Seagal just slits a dude's throat while rocking his awesome leather duster that he wears this whole finale.
Oh my god.
Walking around in his Seagal outfit. Max slits a guy. There's a lot of throat slitting in this too. There's another guy like crawling to a gun at one point, and Max runs up and is like, "It's not your lucky day." Slices his throat. Like, Jesus Christ, are these our heroes? They're like, well. Apparently. So she kills him. They kill everybody. So then it is just basically Chapel and Seagal, the final two, and he pulls a gun on Seagal, which is a big deal because the whole movie he has said, "I don't carry a gun."
I don't touch a gun. And guns don't touch me. That's why I'm still alive.
I don't have a gun. I don't touch guns. That's how he keeps his hands clean. He's like the money guy, but he keeps his hands clean because he doesn't touch a gun. But he has a gun, and Seagal's like,
because I'm the only son of a bitch who could do the things that you always want getting done.
You won't shoot me, you fucking coward. Because he's like, well, he says you won't kill me because I'm the only person who will do the stuff you need. Like, you can't kill me because I'm the only guy who can do the dirty jobs. You need me on that wall. You want me on that wall, basically. And he's like, you're right. And so he gets in his car to drive away, and he leaves Seagal alive. That was a mistake. Because Seagal apparently
rigged it with explosives?
When did that happen?
Okay.
I don't fucking know. But he put a bomb on Seagal's,
and then we get a terrible line
car.
from Steven Seagal saying, I always thought this guy had a explosive personality.
Explosive personality.
Man, I always thought he had an explosive personality.
Boom. Blows up. Incredible. Chapel's dead. And then we cut to a funeral.
Hey, I do like how he says this guy has an explosive personality, and we cut to Chapel in the car driving away, listening to classical
music that he was playing earlier on his piano. Yeah, it's fantastic. So then we cut to a funeral because they're having a funeral for Radio Jones because Seagal made it very clear that he was going to have a full military funeral or whatever and be buried with full military rights or whatever. And so that's very important. We get these incredible superimposed cheesy ass shots of his dead friend from the beginning, like reminding us like, hey, the guy you haven't seen since the first 2 seconds in the movie.
You know the whole reason Seagal's doing everything?
Yeah,
let's remind you again.
Here's him, and then here's random shots of Seagal during those scenes. It doesn't make it's so stupid. And it's just superimposed over this funeral, and then it just pulls out on a shot of a coffin with the American flag on it, and you're like, we barely knew that guy. Who cares?
Yes.
Like, I don't fucking know that guy.
We know Bulldog better than we know that guy.
Exactly. It's so fucking dumb. And that's the end of the movie. And Kyle, it's nothing. I don't know if it's good, bad. This
barely qualifies as a movie at some points.
It's very much a movie at times. It's also like clearly not because it's like hacked to pieces in a way that
I think this is bad. I think this is getting the category as bad.
I think it's
this is confusing.
It's frustrating to watch.
Yes.
You're like, what is going on? And there aren't that many great moments. There's a few.
This isn't out for a kill.
No.
If it was out for a kill, we would have so much fun.
It has some moments, but not nearly enough to make up for the whole time we're just going, wait, what?
What is going on?
I don't get why any of these people matter what they're doing, which is the whole movie. So that's going to do it for this episode. As always, you can do us a favor by heading over to patreon.com/GBorBB. Support us there. Get access to bonus content, all kinds of good stuff. I have a podcast called Those Films that we're talking about movies that are based on books. When this episode's out, our most recent episode will have been maybe Wicked Part 2. We're doing Wicked at some point, so maybe Wicked. Look out for that. That's going to do it. You can buy merch. Head over to tpublic.com. All that stuff in the links if you want to support us. Keep watching movies.
Just not Mercenary for Justice.
It doesn't even make sense. What is a mercenary? He's not a mercenary for justice. I guess the idea is that he's getting justice for the guy who got killed.
I guess so.
Sure. It's not real. Whatever. Again, because that's the whole thing. The premise is like he's a mercenary for justice. He's a merc with a heart. But no, he just murders everyone. Everybody.
Like,
again, completely.
Random people have nothing to do with it.
Yeah, just like a security guard at a bank. He's just like, fucking kill you, like, die, you piece of shit. Like, wait, what? Whatever. The end.
There's better Seagal films.